What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You guys really liked the last video I made, which was pretty much hidden gems under $50. And so, like I said, if you guys liked it, if you let me know in the comments, which a bunch of you did let me know, I would do a hidden gems under $25. So here we are. It's the same kind of idea. Last video, if you didn't check it out, check it out. I pretty much did every card from $50 to $25 range that I thought was a good deal. In this video, we're going to do $25 to $10 range. And then in the future, if you guys want more, I can do under $10 range. And then, we could have a monthly update or something because the markets are always changing and different cards are different prices. But let's jump into it. Here, first and foremost, we're looking at Scarlet and Violet base set. I'm loving the Slowpoke. Slowpoke is one of those 151 Pokemon. A lot of things to like, similar to the Drowsy that has been popping off, even more so than the Slowpoke. A lot of similar things to like about it. Great artwork, 151 Pokemon. Another thing that needs to be said is I cannot find this in PSA 10. There are only 200 something in PSA 10. Harder to grade than the Drowsy. That's another thing to keep in mind. And I've been literally searching for days. So I shouldn't even really say this because I want to snipe a PSA 10. And I shouldn't even put attention on the card. But so far I only have raws because for the last few days I've been looking and I can't find a single one in PSA 10 on eBay. If I could find one for market price or latest solds at this point, I would get it. But people are not even putting them up. That's how scarce this is in PSA 10. So, when people actually start putting them up, when we see how high the prices can go in PSA 10, I feel like the raw will probably get a boost as well. Another one I'm looking at is, now you could probably do worse than each of these legendaries, but I prefer Miraidon personally. Obviously, the market agrees with me. It is more expensive right now. But besides that, I did prefer this legendary. I picked it in the games as well. I picked Scarlet. And also, I'm a big fan of Cyberpunk myself, and I like the Cyberpunk vibe of this. I just think the artwork is a lot better and more interesting, personally, than the Miraidon. So if I had to choose, I'm going for the Miraidon. I do have the Miraidon in PSA 10. I love that card. Now, a brief break for me to just tell you guys, if you do like these kinds of videos, hit that like button to let me know, subscribe. We have a bunch of similar videos that you can go back and check out. You can leave suggestions for future videos you want to see in the comments. And thank you so much to everybody that hit the join button and became a member. I appreciate it. And you'll get a bunch of other benefits if you do become a member, including knowing what I buy, when I buy it, what I'm looking at in real time. Now, carrying on to Paldea Evolved. Now, everybody has pretty much told you guys, if you watched any of these kinds of videos, that, the fire starter and the grass starter, Masquerada here, are interesting plays. So I'm not even going to mention that. Like, yeah, if these guys, the three starters end up being popular in the future, this is the first time they ever appeared. You have storylines, artwork of them. So that's always something you can consider. I wouldn't be the first one to point it out. So yeah, I'm not going to be focusing on those in this video. I will be focusing on Heracross. I think the second generation is slept on currently, personally. A lot of us who were there for first gen, were there for second gen. Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Crystal are considered by many to be the best games, and a lot of people were there for that, appreciated those second gen Pokemon. And even Ash had a Heracross, so I think Heracross is an absolutely hidden gem, just like the title implies, in Paldea Evolved. Another literally hidden gem too is Sudowoodo. Look how he's hidden among the trees. Another second gen that I think is an absolute beauty of an artwork, and also that's popular enough Pokemon from a popular enough generation to do well long term. Paldea Evolved, like I said, is full of amazing cards. A lot of this stuff, like a takeaway could be, if you don't want to risk individual card bets, you could just invest in Paldea Evolved as a booster box. There's so many plays within Paldea Evolved. Paldean Tauros is another one, so it's variant of a 151 Pokemon, plus the artwork is amazing. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people like Paldea and Tauros even more than the original Tauros. Very good artwork here. I went heavy in on this card. I have like 9 of them in raw, and then I have like another 2 in PSA 10. So I'm a big believer in this card right here. All right, so like I said, Obsidian Flames is a very slept on set in my opinion, guys. So I'll have a lot from Obsidian Flames. The Cleffa, I absolutely love. The artwork is beautiful. If I see that at a local store, I'm definitely picking it up. Pidgeot EX, I think it's undervalued. Pidgeot, I always talk about it. Super popular Gen 1 Pokemon. Everyone pretty much had it on their team in the OG games, on their team of 6. So yeah, I think it's also connecting artworks, which always spells good things, because if a person draws one or buys one PSA 10 slab, they'll want the others to match. So I think Pidgeot EX at this price point as an SIR, not even an IR, but an SIR is a great purchase. Gloom, absolutely love. Gen 1 Pokemon, the artwork in person is amazing. Recently got a PSA 10 of this. Pidgey, same idea as with the Pidgeot. It's part of that storyline. Plus 151 Pokemon again. You're going to want, in my opinion, all 3 of these, but these guys are in the current price range. And then Caesar, of course, one of the best looking Pokemon, one of the best looking artworks. I've been talking about how much I like this, and the PSA 10 prices have really gone up and have really been selling for a huge price because it's hard to grade. But I'm still think that $10 for this Caesar is underpriced. I expect to see it definitely go up in the long term. Caesar is so cool. They did a really cool artwork to match the coolness of the Pokemon. There's not much to not like there. All right, 151. You guys know how much I like 151. Now, the first 3 are better buys, even though they're a bit more expensive. But Poliwhirl, this was one of my chase cards when I initially opened up 151 because it's so beautiful, like the real city environment for the Poliwhirl. All of these Pokemon are popular enough as being part of 151, but then when they have really good artworks, it just sets them apart even more. And yeah, this Poliwhirl was always one of my favorite artworks, and the fact that it's still under 25 USD means that definitely I think it's a good pickup. Psyduck, right? I think Psyduck gets slept on. It's way more popular than you might think. This is a very interesting artwork. We even had people in the last video commenting about how good of a deal this Psyduck is, and I totally agree. Nidoking is another epic first generation Pokemon. Absolutely awesome looking, awesome name, awesome presence. This is a really cool illustration rare of Nidoking. Plus, as some of you guys told me in the comments, and reminded me really, because I wasn't thinking about it, Nidoking is one of Giovanni's Pokemon, right? So in a Team Rocket focused set, I wouldn't be surprised if Nidoking gets that Team Rocket boost, which it doesn't seem like it's gotten yet. Like, look how cheap this is for a Nidoking. Definitely, I think those 3 are great buys at those price points. Now, I think you can't go wrong long term with Machoke, Caterpie, and Tangela either. Like, the Tangela has amazing artwork that maybe is too good for a Tangela, but still, like, they really did a great job with 151. Machoke movers. This card is stunning in person. I really like the Caterpie when I drew it. So yeah, I think all these 3 are super cheap. I think they'll do well long term. But if I had to pay a bit more to get Poliwhirl, Psyduck, and Nidoking, I would. And Nidoking's pretty much the same price as the other 3 as well. So I do recommend all 6 of those illustration rares. Magpie, I don't know, or Magby. I don't know if a lot of people have been talking about this, but again, one of the baby Pokemon of Magmar, a 151 Pokemon, plus amazing artwork. Just the way we would just enjoy hot springs or a pool. Magmar is doing it with, or Magby. I don't even know how to say it. Is it Magby, Magpie? I'm guessing Magby. Magby is enjoying it the same way, but it's lava. Absolutely great artwork. A Pokemon in its natural habitat. I love it. Here we did last time a shiny Pokemon. I did say I don't know how these shinies will do long term, but I said, you know, Pikachu is a good one to have for under 50. For here, again, I think you could do a lot worse than a lot of these popular Pokemon like Snorlax, Charmander, Charmeleon, but I will recommend in this one Mimikyu. Not expensive at $15. And it's a popular Pokemon, plus it's the face of the ETBs. So I think long term that this will be one that people seek out. These ones, Arbok. Arbok, along with Ghastly, is my favorite card in Temporal Forces. Not a fan of the new Paradox Pokemon myself, so I'm not investing in them. But I did invest in the Ghastly, and I invested in the Arbok. Lickitung 2 I invested in. 151 Pokemon, interesting artwork. Doesn't get too complicated, good price point, right? So got all 3 of the 151 Pokemon in this set. This Hisuian Growlithe, again, 151, but a Hisuian variant. What it does have going for it to make up for the fact that it might not be as popular as the original Pokemon is the fact that the artwork is amazing, and it goes with Perrin, a card that I actually got lucky enough to draw when I opened a booster box of Twilight Masquerade. And it's a great matching artwork. Plus Perrin, I don't know if it's because of the Growlithe, but has actually passed Carmine and has been holding way more value than I thought a trainer would. So that spells good things, obviously, for this Growlithe as well. Execute is definitely another 151 Pokemon that I would recommend. Whenever you see 151 Pokemons at cheap prices, that to me is a sign to scoop them up. I ordered one recently of PSA 10, and that's something, I think there's a lot of people like me that are investors slash collectors that do really like 151 Pokemon and are going to want the illustration rares of them. And down the line, I think that's a safe bet compared to a random Pokemon from a random generation. So that's always going to be one of my strategies. And so I do like Execute right now, which is cheap, hasn't had that big boom you might expect for a lot of 151 Pokemon to go through, especially for Surging Sparks, which is a super hype set and expensive set. I like this Phanpy too. Like I said, Gen 2 is also, in my opinion, not as popular as 151, but it is more popular. I think people give it credit for. The evolved form of Phanpy was even in the Pokemon the First movie, if you guys remember. A guy was using it, and Ash defeated it with like a Squirtle or something. So this has very OG nostalgia roots. I love that it has the parents here, plus the really cute little Phanpy right there. Absolutely love this artwork. And I'm not recommending Alolan Dugtrio, even though it is a shout out to a 151 Pokemon, because I'm not a big fan of the artwork personally. Not really looking to get it. Not really a fan of the Pokemon variant either, but yeah, Phanpy I do like here. Guys, I've been talking about this Mew for a while. I still like it at this price point. Mew is absolutely superstar Pokemon in terms of popularity. We've seen its power in Fusion Strike and the Bubble Mew, of course. So if Mews keep doing well into the future, including those cards, it'll just give all Mew cards a premium. This is a full art Mew with very interesting aspect that's sleeping compared to usually Mew sneaking up on other characters. Here, cool Pokemon are sneaking up on Mew. Love the card. Would recommend it for under 25. This Pikachu would also recommend for under 25, right? If you could get a good Pikachu artwork, and this is a good one for pretty cheap like this, I would get it myself if I saw it at a local shop. And this Pikachu is even cheaper. Now, obviously, I do like this artwork more, but this one is cheaper, and it still is a Pikachu, so I would recommend this card as well. Then we have the Pikachu that I like more than both of those, Sleeping Pikachu from the Trainer Gallery. A lot of things I like about this. First of all, Pikachu collectors, which there are a lot of them, will like it. It's very unique in that it's a Sleeping Pikachu. You guys can tell me in the comments if there's a lot of those cards, but I don't know if there is, and for that reason, I don't even know. If you look up Sleeping Pikachu, this one comes up. So I think that this one is one a lot of people are going to like. I bet on this big a while ago when it was like 100 Canadian for the PSA 10s. I got 4 of them. And last time I checked, it was like 260 or something Canadian for a PSA 10. So they've gone up like 2.6x since I got it. So I really like that one. Also, same idea with the Gengar, right? This artwork is hilarious, and I've heard funny things about what this picture looks like. But yeah, Gengar, super popular Pokemon. I got this one too at a local shop. Whenever you can get popular Pokemon that are low price like this with cool full card artwork, I think it's an easy buy. So all three of these I would recommend. Plus, I didn't even mention this, but I played Legends Arceus. It was something new. It was like the first of its kind, and I think they're going to do more like it. But this outfit here is going to be very nostalgic for those of us who played this game in the future. So I think for that reason, this will actually hold even more value and meaning to a lot of people. Plus, the way Pikachu is just kicking the trainer's face, it's very cute, very cute. Here, the only thing that's really interesting me in this price point is this Galarian Moltres V, right? I talked to you guys how if you look at the popular cards in Sword and Shield, usually their trainer gallery versions do well as well. We have the Galarian Moltres that did really well in Chilling Reign and could do well in the future. A lot of people love that artwork. This is the closest thing you'll get to a trainer gallery version of it. So for that reason, I did pick this up myself. I do like it more than the other three, which just haven't had as good artworks and cards as the Moltres did in Chilling Reign. It's definitely the one to have out of the three of the Sword and Shield generation. Here, not super complicated, just like the Vaporeon here. I wasn't around for this generation, so I do know this is getting a bump because we're going to get more from this generation in upcoming sets, but I wasn't there for it. I can't really speak to it. Vaporeon and Gary, like the main antagonist, just like Pikachu and Red in Lost Origin. I think this is a very cool trainer combination with the Pokemon. Evolution, super popular, right? So I really like this card, and I have it as well. And celebrations, keep your eyes on celebrations, guys, because right now we're approaching the 30th anniversary. When the 30th anniversary comes, we're going to have some kind of set that, just like we did with celebrations, we're going to have some kind of specialty 30th anniversary set. Now, people are kind of speculating that already we've had price rises because people are already looking forward to it. But I don't think it's completely priced in. I think it'll really hit home when we have the new set next year, when people are looking at the new cards, buying the new set. Then all of a sudden people will be like, oh shit, I do want the one from Celebrations as well. I think everything will get a decent bump, especially the popular cards. And here what stands out to me is the Shining Magikarp. And like I said, some of this stuff has gotten a boost already, but I still see it going up more in the long term. Shining Magikarp in this price point. I like the Birthday Pikachu, and of course the Blastoise, the OG Blastoise, just reprinted for the 20th anniversary. So guys, those are another 35, if I counted correctly, hidden gems, this time under $25. Hit that like button if you enjoy these kinds of videos, and I can do hidden gems under $10. And then in the next month or something, when the market's changed enough, I could do an update video to keep you guys up to date. Check out the other videos too. Like and subscribe to the channel for more. And if you want to become a member and know what I'm buying and what I'm selling live, then hit that join button, join the membership community. And I'll see you in the next video.